a hard flip. You can kind of do it in a couple different ways. All right, we're here with Nigel Ryan Jones. My name's Aaron Cairo. I'm a sponsored skateboarder from the San Francisco Bay Area. And today, I'm gonna teach you how to do a hard flip. I know what you're thinking. Aaron, this trick is hard. Well, hard only in the name. Actually, that's not true. Some people find it to be the world's hardest trick. Namely, Daniel, who loves heel flips, finds the hard flip to be the world's hardest trick. Before we even get into this, I'm gonna explain why this trick is hard, or why people say it's hard, or why the name is hard flip, okay? So with the kick flip, which is part of this trick is essentially a combination between a kick flip and a front side shove it. The interesting thing is a kick flip and a pop shove it, meaning a varial flip, is quite easy because your front foot is flicking that way and the board is rotating away from it. And you could see how your foot flicking out and the board going the other direction would be a lot easier. So when your front foot flicks that way and your board goes that direction, you see there's kind of this conflict here. Your foot is like that and then your board kind of hits your foot. So the secret to this trick, I'm just messing the whole tutorial up. I'm getting straight into the secret. The secret is how to flick it and get your front foot away so the board can flip. Woohoo! So the tricks you need to know before doing a hard flip are: get very comfortable riding your board, learn how to ollie, front side 180, pop shove, front shove, and then I'm just gonna throw that kick flip in there. We'll just skip the heel flip altogether. Me and you both, we just will never learn how to heel flip. Just kidding, you should learn how to heel flip. I'm gonna throw this ball for this guy so he can just run over there. So those are all the tricks you need to know. Make sure you practice them really well. The better you have those tricks, the easier the hard flip is going to become. There's a lot of people that want to learn how to skate and they go, well, my favorite trick that I think looks the coolest is the hard flip. So I'm just gonna go ahead and learn the hard flip. But I don't know how you're gonna learn a hard flip if you don't know how to frontside shove it, or you don't know how to kick flip, because the hard flip is a kick flip and a frontside shove it combined. So make sure you learn those, make sure you learn them well. Every time you skate, if you're getting a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better, your skating is gonna get really, really, really good. I'm just gonna keep repeating that because it's so important. It needs to be in every tutorial video ever made. Okay, so the foot position on this is vital, 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 vital. Different people do it differently. Some people will do it similar to a kick flip. They just have their front foot further back. I have sort of a special secret sauce that I do is when I do a kick flip, I'm at about 45 degrees. When I do a hard flip, I go about, I don't know the degrees, I'm just gonna estimate this. Let's say 80 degrees. Regardless, my foot is a lot more straight. And I do that because I find it easier to get my front foot out of the way and get the board to spin the straighter my foot is on that board. Some people will take their front foot and put it all the way back. I think Kelly is a good example of this. If you've ever seen a Kelly hard flip, it's like to the extreme. I don't even know how he stands on the board, but he makes it work and he does the hard flip, which is, you know, he did the trick, which is legit. Back foot, you can kind of concentrate on popping this down and pushing it forward just a bit. It's not so important. I'll do a bunch of different angles of that back foot so you guys can really see what's going on there. But the main thing is it's popping down. There's another very interesting thing about the hard flip is you can kind of do it in a couple different ways. One way, it goes kind of like up into the air like this, and it can almost be like a weird pop shove it that went straight. You gotta be careful to not make it go like that, but it has to at least, I would say, curve around a bit, kind of like that in the air. Because if it just goes straight up like that, it's like, was that a pop shove? Was it a hard flip? Hard to tell, really, isn't it? There's some people, these are my favorite hard flips, that literally make the board go like this. And I'm not even sure which one I do. I think I do sort of a combination of like halfway between them like that. But Nigel, will show you a Nigel hard flip. His are really like that. He thinks that he doesn't have good hard flips, but I think that's the most proper hard flip there is, because it's a very front shove, very kick flip, and it really does go around like that, which I think is super awesome. Doesn't matter how you learn it, just matters that you learn it. And you get it like that, see? I know, that's a pretty cool trick, right? He's like, legit. Okay, so the practice steps on the hard flip, I think, are the most important piece of this trick. The hard flip is such a weird one. It's such a interesting flick that the best way to do a practice is leave your back foot off. So you're gonna pop it, flick it, try to get that rotation, leave your back foot on the ground, and then put your front foot on. This trick, unlike a lot of flip tricks you'll catch with your back foot. This one you're gonna catch with your front foot. So it pops, flips around, and then your front foot is there to catch it and put it down to the ground. Boom, locked and loaded. Just step off with your back foot. Pop it, flick it, pop it, flick it. Do this a ton of times. Once you have that super, super, super down, then you can jump. Going from that step to doing it all in the air is a huge leap. You'll see. A lot of people will be like, oh, I got this flick, I got this down, I got the hard flip. But then they try to jump and land on it with both feet, and they're like not even anywhere close. You just have to get that step. Just get it so down that you can do it without thinking, and then don't change anything. All you have to do is bend your back knee. Pop it exactly the same. Just bend your knee. You got to understand, when your knee is down like that, you're on the ground. When you bend it, you're in the air. Yes, that is a jump, but don't think of it like, okay, I have to jump super high to try and get above my board. No, just pop it, make the board flick, bend your knee and land. That's the easiest way that I can explain how to do it, but for some reason it does work really well, and I do think you guys will learn this. Some things that can go wrong on the hard flip are you're not flicking it enough so you can land primo. You can over rotate the board, under rotate the board. It has to perfectly flip around like that. Anything short of a perfect flick, you're not gonna get it. It has to just go, just like that. That's the hard flip. It's not so hard. That's another thing I guess I should talk about in this video. I feel like this trick is named hard flip so people automatically think like, it's the world's hardest trick. It's not. It's not the world's hardest trick. You just get it down. You have to get over the mental barrier. A lot of skaters say that skating is like 90% mental, and I would agree with that. If you decide, I can do this trick, I'm just going to simply repeat the practice steps as long as necessary, get it down, practice, practice, practice. The more you skate, the better you're gonna get. And if every day you skate, you get a little bit better, you're gonna get really good. You got the hard flip. You can do this trick. I know you can. This is a really good trick for a game of skate. You throw this one out, even people that can do a hard flip are like, hard flip, because you know, oftentimes they miss. First kickflip all day? Okay, so once you've done a good amount of those and you feel pretty comfortable on your board, step in to the practice steps of the hard flip. This one, I mean, wow, you're in that foot position. I got it going about like right here. It's a very awkward one. It's sort of an awkward trick because your back foot is pushing pressure that way, like down and that way. Your front foot is going that way. So it's kind of like your feet are like separating, and then the board essentially like goes like this. Catch it with your front foot, land. This practice step right here can save you hundreds of hours. Don't even need to get the full rotation every time. Just get the idea, the feeling, the muscle memory of your feet separating out. Back foot goes to the ground, front foot stays in the air. Wait for the flick to happen. That's one of the things that can go wrong. Over rotate. Under rotate. Perfect. Front foot on the bolts, catch it in the air, put it down. All this trick is doing that 1,000 times and just bending your back knee, really. It's not that much else to it. See if I can do one standing still. For some reason, I think standing still, hard flip, much harder than rolling. Now, watch, I'm gonna do the exact same motion, bend that back knee. Like I said, I think this is so much harder standing still, but I wanna do some and kind of show you guys how to correct it, how to make it better, and hopefully everybody's learning hard flips. Went a little bit further behind me than I would have liked. I want to pop it, flick it in front of me a little bit better than that. That was better. I like that one. Let's roll. Something about adding a little motion makes this trick a lot easier, just because it's sort of like a pop and flick, jump, and just let it go. When you're standing still, you don't have the forward motion to help your board go where you need it to go. I did a post on Instagram asking what tricks you want to learn. Tons of people said hard flip. I hope all of you get this. Hard flip, made easy. I really want to make sure you get the back foot, that you guys understand the back foot. So we're going to do a super close-up shot of that. I think it's going to be helpful for you. Get this, hold on. Let me get him out of here. COVID-19 jokes, bad jokes. All right, we're here with Nigel Ryan Jones, and we want to see a hard flip and talk about the differences.
Mine are very different.
They're very good. That's what I explained at the beginning. I think a real, legit hard flip goes like this.
That's kind of how I do them.
Yeah, and then some people do it like that, which is, you know.
Like a pop shove almost?
Kind of like a pop shove. That's what I was explaining. I was like, you got to be careful because you could go like that, and it's just like, oh, that was kind of a weird pop shove. So show me your foot position, and then.
I'm like right here.
That is so weird. Okay, do a hard flip.
Yeah.
First try! It's a lot easier rolling. You guys see the difference? You see the difference between the hard flips? Learn the hard flip how you want to learn it. Do the hard flip how you want to do it. Skating is an individual sport, lifestyle, whatever you want to call it, but just have fun with it. Stay awesome. Check out all those videos right there. Subscribe, like, leave a comment below. And you, yes you, it's time to learn how to skateboard. Get a skateboard at brailleskateboarding.com and let's go. It's your time to learn.